Hi, it's Claire and welcome to Needle Say More. In a previous video, you might remember me showing you how to make long sleeve t-shirts into short sleeve t-shirts if you've got too many of one or the other. So these have all been transformed into lovely little short sleeve t-shirts. And in the video, I promised you that we would use the scraps to make reusable face wipes. So I'm going to show you step by step how you do this. Let's get started. These are the sleeves of one of the t-shirts I made into short sleeve. So just cut along the seam to open it out. If you cut along the seam, this bit will be on the edge, so it won't be inside. So you want to cut it to open it out. Once it's opened out, you want to take the two pieces and put them so the outside of the t-shirt, the softer side, is facing in. So the two outsides are facing in. Then I've made this template. It is 4 inches by 4 inches. And it's made out of quite a rigid card, so it'll be really easy to draw around. I'm just drawing around it with a friction pen. There we go. So it's given us a really neat square to sew around. On my sewing machine, I'm going to select one of my stretch stitches and then I'm going to sew over this friction pen line that I've created, being careful to unroll the edges, and I'm going to leave a gap on one of the sides that's about 4 centimetres wide so I can turn it back on itself. Now that I've sewn the square, leaving a little gap to turn it through, I'm just going to cut the excess off, leaving about 1/2 centimetre of fabric around the edge. So you just want to gently cut around to remove the excess. So just leaving a little bit of excess past the stitch line. Then I'm going to use the opening to turn it through. There we go. So that just needs a little press and then I can top stitch it. So you may find after turning through, your corners aren't very neat and you want to pop them out more. So you can get corner turners. I normally just use a pencil and I go quite gently so don't push the corners out or don't rip through the corners. Okay, so I've got 4 neat corners now, and then we're just going to press it into a neat square and tuck in those raw edges from where we turned it through. There we go, all pressed, ready to top stitch. The next step is to top stitch around the square on the sewing machine, and that will close this little opening here. So I've got these little tags, they say handmade. They've got a little bunny or a kitten on, which I know my daughters will absolutely love, but you don't have to put a label on at all. They'll still work as face wipes. And if you didn't have any little labels like this, you could just use some ribbon, or if you had any nice trims, but these are little cotton labels and I think they'll just finish it off nicely. So for this, I'm not going to use a stretch stitch because it's just a top stitch. So I'm going to do just a straight stitch all the way around. My machine's set to straight stitch, and then I'm just going to top stitch all the way around. I'm going to start on the label just to get this out of the way so it's not falling off as I'm going round. So I'm going to sew in reverse. And when you get to the corners, it can be a little bit difficult to turn without it getting jammed. So normally what I do is I just make a little hump jumper, and then I've just got some little sewing tweezers and just use that to push it through. Oh, it normally works, but obviously because I'm filming, it didn't want to work for me. So hump jumper, and then I'm going to use the tweezers to help the feed dog feed it through. There we go. So it's just been top stitched all the way around. Just need to trim off my loose threads. So I've got 10 beautiful face wipes made from the upcycled material from my daughter's t-shirts from when I made them from a long sleeve to a short sleeve. They're made from really nice soft cotton. They are durable, they're environmentally friendly, and I made them in less than one nap time. What's not to love?